Being emotionally intelligent, or having the capacity to comprehend, control, and keep track of your emotions in a healthy way, is one of the most crucial traits for success in life, both at work and at home. So what distinguishes those who possess emotional intelligence from those who do not? Here are 10 things emotionally intelligent people don't do. Number 10. They don't have temper tantrums. They are aware that when they lose control of their emotions, the others around them will withdraw from interaction with them. Therefore, they choose not to act in this manner. This is because they have emotional self-control. They have realized that in order to communicate more effectively, it is best to maintain their composure and use logic. When they arrive at the airport and find out that their flight has been canceled or delayed, they keep their cool and try to work out a solution with the airline agent. People working for the airline want to assist them since they have a favorable impression of them. Number 9. They don't behave insensitively. People who are emotionally intelligent have a deep awareness of the sentiments and feelings of other individuals. Because of this understanding, they make it a point to be attentive to the ways in which the feelings of other people affect them. They can inquire about the cashier's day at the store by asking, "How is your day going?" They demonstrate a genuine concern for other people and how their approach to interactions influences the experiences of other people. Empathy is another word for this, and it means imagining what it would be like to be in the position of another person. Number 8. They don't have drama in their life. Empathy is one of the defining characteristics of emotional intelligence, and people who have high EQ are able to extend this trait to everyone they interact with. There is a significant gap, though, between demonstrating empathy toward a friend or loved one and allowing the wrath or suffering of another person to inflame, control, or merely impact one's own state of being. Consider the dramatic actions of a coworker who is distraught not because she is going through a break-up herself but because her buddy is. This coworker is acting out because she is jealous of her friend's situation. Or there's that relative of yours who, rather than concentrating on her own individual problems, goes out of her way to find other people who are upset so that she can distract herself and make her problems go away. This is such a deeply ingrained pattern for her that she is unable to address the challenges that she faces in her own life. People who are emotionally intelligent, on the other hand, pay close attention to what others are saying, offer aid, and give counsel that is kind, caring, and authoritative. However, they do not let the lives and acts of others dictate how they live their own. They do not engage in gossip or find themselves continually embroiled in arguments with their friends, family, or co-workers. They try to avoid engaging in gossip about other people because it is not something that they find enjoyable. They have a propensity, when they encounter someone who has a lot of drama in their lives, to not make friends with that person and to avoid interacting with people who are like that person. They are aware that being around people who are too theatrical can be emotionally draining for them and their lives. Number 7. They don't guess why someone is upset or angry. People who lack emotional intelligence will, when confronted with someone they believe to be upset, immediately assume that the individual is angry or upset with them, and they will not inquire as to the cause of the person's distress. People who are emotionally intelligent ask questions, and when they do so, they frequently discover that the other person's anger is not directed at them but rather at something else that occurred earlier that day, such as on their way to work. People who are emotionally intelligent don't automatically think that they are the cause of another person's anger. Rather, they make an effort to learn what is going on and avoid jumping to conclusions. Number 6. They don't ignore the situations make them upset. People who lack emotional intelligence frequently become angry, but when you ask them why, they have no clear explanation for their feelings. People who have emotional intelligence have a deep understanding of their own feelings, including the specific conditions or scenarios that can set off a negative emotional reaction in them, as well as the strategies for coping with those reactions when they do occur. Then, when they are confronted with a situation that serves as an emotional trigger, they won't be taken aback by the unpleasantness of the surprise. They are also prepared with a superior reaction that they have thought about in advance and worked on. Number 5. They don't have friends who are emotionally unintelligent. People who are emotionally intelligent are aware that the quality of their life is directly proportional to the quality of the people with whom they surround themselves and maintain relationships. One of their standards for selecting people to associate with is the presence of emotional intelligence in that person. By extension, This also implies that they are probably a more upbeat and proactive type of person. If a person perceives that another is emotionally dim-witted, they may opt against maintaining a friendship with that person because they fear that the emotionally dim-witted individual would lead them into an emotional abyss along with themselves. Number 4. They don't avoid topics because they are uncomfortable or difficult. People who are not emotionally savvy will avoid discussing a subject if it is challenging or unpleasant to do so when it comes up in conversation. They will say something along the lines of, "Let's talk about that later." People who are emotionally intelligent are aware that it is in their best interest to handle the issue as soon as possible rather than putting it off, given that circumstances do not improve but rather deteriorate if they are not addressed. In addition to this, it is more satisfying to deal with challenging issues as soon as possible and get them out of the way. Number 3. They don't ignore the importance of being sensitive when discussing sensitive topics. People who are lacking in emotional intelligence are at a loss for what to say when delicate subjects are brought up, and they are unable to deal effectively with delicate circumstances. For instance, if someone brings up the fact that a member of their family is in the hospital with a life-threatening illness, that person will inevitably blurt out something that is both insensitive and unconsolatory. Someone who is emotionally intelligent has the ability to remain alert to their surroundings and to choose the appropriate words to say in any given situation. Number 2. They don't avoid asking themselves how they are feeling. People who lack emotional intelligence frequently don't ask other people how they are feeling, and they nearly never ask themselves how they are feeling. This is a common behavior among those who lack emotional intelligence. People who are emotionally intelligent are acutely aware of their own emotions and give careful consideration to how those emotions are affected by the context in which they are experienced. They achieve this by introspectively querying themselves about the emotions that they are experiencing at that precise moment in time. This self-monitoring helps individuals become more self-aware about their genuine emotions throughout the course of the day. Number 1. They don't ignore the importance of body language. People who are emotionally intelligent are constantly analyzing their own body language to determine how their physical self is reacting to the world around them. When they are feeling particularly tense on their way to work each morning, they may wonder about what it implies and whether or not they are in the proper job or in the correct career. The use of one's body as a communication tool can be an extremely helpful indicator of an individual's internal state. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.